Imagine your body is like a big city, with streets and avenues that carry all the nutrients and energy needed to keep you moving. But suddenly, the streets begin to get congested. The traffic, which was flowing smoothly before, starts to build up, preventing things from moving at the usual pace. This is what happens when you have prediabetes. Your blood sugar levels start to rise, creating a traffic jam that hinders the body's functioning, but it hasn't yet reached a critical point like type 2 diabetes. Prediabetes is like this traffic jam. It's not a disaster yet, but if you don't take action, things can get worse, and the traffic can turn into something even more complicated. But here's the good news. With the right choices, you can clear that traffic and get the streets of your city functioning well again. And it all starts with the decision to act now before the problem becomes harder to fix. When we talk about putting prediabetes into remission, we're talking about making lifestyle changes that help control blood sugar levels without the need for medication. Imagine you, like a good driver, changing direction to avoid the traffic jam. Small changes can have a huge impact on your health, and the best part is you have full control of the wheel. The first step is to understand how food can help. Think of food as the fuel that powers your body. When you choose fiber-rich options like fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, you're helping the traffic of sugar flow more smoothly. These foods help regulate the speed of blood sugar, preventing it from rising too high and getting congested. But food alone doesn't do everything. Your body also needs movement to release the flow of energy. And no, it doesn't need to be anything extreme. A simple walk, a stroll through the park, or even taking the stairs instead of the elevator can help clear that sugar traffic. Exercise helps your body use the sugar circulating, lowering blood glucose levels and keeping everything running smoothly. Now, if you're wondering, how do I get started? The answer is simple. Start with small steps. Choose one healthy meal, go for a walk, and gradually build these habits. And of course, always have the support of a professional, who will be your guide, to make sure the changes you're making are the most effective to get your body back on track. So, if you've discovered you have prediabetes, don't be scared. The diagnosis is like a traffic signal that says, "Warning, take action now." And the good news is, with the right choices, you can avoid the gridlock and ensure that your journey to a healthy life continues without further delays. The path to remission is in your hands, and you can get there. Imagine your body is like a cell phone. It also needs time to recharge and restart to work at its best. When you're overwhelmed with stress, it's like your phone is always on and never turned off to rest. This excess of use, or rather the continuous stress, causes your body to release hormones like cortisol, which can raise blood sugar levels, making it harder to balance glucose. The good news is, just like the phone needs a break to recharge, you can also give your body the rest and care it needs. Now, imagine you have the power to reduce that stress. With simple techniques like meditation, deep breathing, or even practicing a hobby you enjoy, you can turn off the sources of overload. These small breaks help reduce the impact of stress, giving your body a chance to balance blood sugar levels, just like when you put your phone on the charger at night. And not only that, these actions also help reduce the impact of prediabetes. And here's the big message. Prediabetes is a warning signal from your body, like a friendly reminder that it's time to pay closer attention to your health. When you receive this signal, you have the chance to prevent the problem from turning into type 2 diabetes in the future. With the right choices and a little patience, many people can control glucose levels and live more peacefully, without the constant threat of a more serious diagnosis. But how do you know if you're on the right track? To monitor prediabetes, doctors often ask for a test called hemoglobin A1C. This test is like a report card for your blood sugar. It doesn't just look at what's happening right now. It's like a thermometer that only measures the current temperature. The hemoglobin A1C is more detailed and goes beyond that, showing an average of how your blood sugar has behaved over the past 3 months. It's like a full story of what your body has been through, recording the highs and lows of glucose throughout that period. If your hemoglobin A1C test result is below 5.7% and you don't need medication to control sugar, congratulations! This means that prediabetes is under control. But remember, this doesn't mean the job is done forever. Just like you recharge your phone from time to time, your body needs ongoing care. Prediabetes can return at other points in life, especially if there are lifestyle changes or increased stress. Therefore, regular monitoring is essential. Just like maintaining a balanced lifestyle. The big lesson here is simple. You're taking a giant step toward your health and a healthier future. With conscious choices, you can control blood sugar and avoid complications, building a path to well-being that goes beyond prediabetes and towards a future without worries. Imagine the scene. You've just discovered that you have prediabetes, and the idea of managing it on your own might seem tempting. Perhaps you thought, I'll stop taking medication and just improve my diet. That should be enough, right? But before making that decision, it's important to understand one thing. Managing prediabetes effectively is more than just changing your diet or stopping medication on your own. In fact, the secret to controlling blood sugar safely and effectively lies in having a medical team by your side. Think of your journey to control prediabetes as a trip. To get to the right destination, you need a good guide. And your doctor is that guide. Only specialists can see the whole picture, understand how your body reacts, and adjust medication doses if necessary. They know that self-care means different things for everyone, and that changes need to be made with attention and safety. When you're supported by a good professional, you can make lifestyle adjustments gradually, based on your needs and routine. And most importantly, these adjustments are made with the goal of, perhaps, safely reducing medication until it's no longer needed. This process, done with the right support, is not only safer but also more effective. There are no surprises along the way when you have the guidance of someone who understands the subject. Now you might be wondering, how can I start acting now? The answer lies in small, yet significant, changes. The first tip from experts is to investigate the root of the problem. This means looking at what is causing your blood sugar levels to rise and understanding that prediabetes doesn't just affect blood sugar. It impacts multiple parts of the body. Imagine your body as a large machine, where each system is interconnected, and a small imbalance in one part can affect the function of all the others. One of the main culprits of prediabetes is insulin resistance. To understand it better, imagine that insulin is a key that opens the door to your cells to let sugar in, where it's used for energy. When your body develops insulin resistance, it's like that key gets rusty. The cell door doesn't open properly, and sugar circulates in the blood without being used. This causes glucose levels to rise. So what causes this insulin resistance? It could be genetics, eating habits, lack of exercise, or even stress. Therefore, the first step in reversing this situation is understanding what is making your body resistant to insulin. Identifying these factors is crucial to knowing where to start making changes. With the right guidance, you can take control of your health and make the necessary choices to balance your blood sugar levels, improve your overall well-being, and pave the way for a healthier future. Remember, you're not alone on this journey. Imagine you're facing a large puzzle, full of pieces that seem disorganized, but when fitted together correctly, they reveal a clear picture. Taking care of prediabetes is exactly that. Understanding how each piece of your lifestyle fits together to reveal the best way to maintain your health's balance. Each piece, whether it's diet, exercise, rest, or stress management, plays an important role in this process. It's not enough to just look at blood sugar levels. You need to look at the whole picture. By doing this, with the help of a professional, you can see which factors most affect your body and, from there, make more informed decisions to manage prediabetes effectively. Now, if the puzzle has many pieces, diet is undoubtedly one of the most important. What we eat has a direct impact on blood sugar control, but here's a crucial detail. There is no magic diet that works for everyone. Do you know why? Because every person has different needs and preferences. What might work well for one person might not have the same effect on another. So, how do you figure out what works best for you? The answer is to personalize your food choices with the help of professionals, tailoring them to your lifestyle and preferences. It's not about restrictive or miraculous diets, but about finding a healthy balance that helps keep your sugar controlled, without sacrificing a pleasurable and sustainable lifestyle. With patience and the right guidance, you can put together your own health puzzle and achieve effective, personalized control of prediabetes in a realistic way. After all, the key to success is giving each part of your body the attention it deserves. Imagine you're on a journey to find balance and take care of your body from the inside out. With every step, you discover something new that brings you closer to your goal. Managing prediabetes in an effective and healthy way. And just like a trail, the tips you find along the way are like maps that guide you toward the best choices. The first stop is fiber. Think of it as a guardian that slows down the flow of sugar in your blood. Fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and leafy greens are your allies in this mission. By including a portion of fiber in every meal, you allow your body to absorb sugar more gradually, keeping glucose levels under control and providing that feeling of fullness that helps you avoid the urge to eat more than you need. They are the silent heroes of this journey. At the next point you find good fats. Foods like avocado, nuts, and olive oil are like little superpowers that help reduce inflammation in the body, a silent enemy of insulin resistance. When you choose these fats, you're making an intelligent and strategic decision to keep inflammation under control and help your body respond better to insulin. The next tip is about proteins. Imagine lean proteins as light and efficient fuel for your body. Fish, skinless chicken, and legumes like lentils are sources of energy that don't overload your system. On the other hand, processed meats like salami and sausage can be like obstacles on the path, feeding inflammation and making it harder to control sugar. It's important to wisely choose the foods that will propel your health journey forward. But this trail isn't just about food. Movement is essential to keep progressing. Whether it's a light walk after meals, a few minutes of stretching, or any other activity you enjoy, the important thing is not to stay still. Movement improves insulin action in the body and, over time, becomes a natural part of your routine, helping to keep blood sugar under control. And finally, remember that there's no one-size-fits-all approach. Each person's pace is unique. As you observe what works best for your body, you'll adapt these tips to your lifestyle, with patience and persistence. Over time, you'll feel increasingly in control of your prediabetes, as if you're mastering the health trail and walking toward a more balanced future full of well-being. Imagine you're about to embark on a great journey, ready to discover the path to a healthier life. With each step you take, new choices appear before you, and each one can bring you closer to controlling prediabetes and achieving the balance you so desire. Ready to walk this trail? Let's explore together how food can become your greatest allies on this journey. First, let me introduce the heroines of this story. Fibers. They are like silent guardians, helping to keep your blood sugar levels in balance. But you might be wondering, where can I find these powerful fibers? The answer lies in several foods that can be found in any supermarket. Fruits, vegetables, legumes, and whole grains like oats and brown rice are packed with fibers. The goal? To consume between 25 and 38 grams of fiber per day. This may sound like a lot at first, but believe me, it's easier than it seems, and the impact is huge. Fibers act as a natural brake, slowing the absorption of sugar and preventing those unwanted spikes in blood sugar. They help your body keep glucose levels under control. But the journey doesn't stop there. Now, let's talk about another powerful ally: antioxidants and polyphenol. These compounds are like shields that protect your body from inflammation, a silent enemy in the fight against insulin resistance. You can find these superpowers in foods like berries, apples, grapes, and even dark chocolate. That's right, a small piece of dark chocolate can be your travel companion. It helps combat inflammation and protects your health in a delicious way. And of course, we can't forget about proteins. When you think of protein, meat probably comes to mind, right? But in our health journey, choosing the right proteins is essential. Fish, skinless chicken, and legumes like beans and lentils are light and nutritious options. They provide protein without the bad fats, helping keep blood sugar levels balanced and bringing more health to your body. Processed meats, like sausages and salami, are like obstacles in the path. They inflame the body and hinder the journey to blood sugar control. Speaking of inflammation, why is it so important to avoid it? When the body is inflamed, it becomes less efficient at handling insulin, worsening insulin resistance and raising glucose levels. So if you notice foods that cause discomfort or allergies, it's time to take a step back and reassess. Imagine you're on a journey to control prediabetes, and on your path, there's a powerful key: exercise. At first, it might seem like a challenge, especially if you're not a fan of moving, but believe me, moving your body is one of the most effective ways to help your body deal better with insulin. And the best part? You don't need to be an athlete to make it work. You can start with something simple, like a gentle walk around the neighborhood or even a relaxed dance at home. The secret is in movement. The ideal is to do at least 150 minutes of physical activity per week. This can be divided into several 30-minute sessions. And if you don't feel ready for that, that's okay. Start slowly, but remember not to go more than 2 days without moving. The goal is to create a routine you can maintain, and this can be done with small actions, like stretching during the day or taking a short walk after meals. Every step counts. Now, imagine adding an even more powerful combination: resistance exercises and cardiovascular activities. Lifting light weights and walking or running are two fantastic ways to work on insulin resistance and strengthen the body. And the best part? You don't need to overdo the intensity. Simply moving will make a huge difference, both for insulin resistance and for your overall well-being. And if you can take a brisk 10 to 15-minute walk after each meal, even better. This helps control blood pressure and improves the body's efficiency in handling blood sugar. The most important thing is to change the way you see exercise. Don't view it as something temporary or an obligation, but rather as a fundamental and enjoyable part of your life. Find an activity you enjoy, whether it's cycling, dancing, practicing yoga, or even playing in the park with your kids. When exercise becomes fun, it stops being a tough task and becomes a natural part of your routine. Imagine this scene. You're doing well, handling daily tasks, when suddenly an unexpected event happens. Your mind starts racing, your heart beats faster, and a sense of anxiety takes over. You try to stay calm, but the pressure only builds. What happens to your body? Stress begins to spread, and suddenly it's no longer a temporary visitor. Now, it's a constant presence, shaping every step of your journey. And the worst part is, over time, this stress starts to accumulate. What could have been a moment of temporary tension transforms into a weight you carry day after day, week after week. But have you ever stopped to think about how chronic stress can affect your body? Especially when it comes to controlling blood sugar. Here's the trick. When you're stressed, your body goes into alert mode. It releases a hormone called cortisol, which acts as a red flag, preparing you to fight or flee. So far, so good, right? The problem begins when cortisol stays in your body too long, without the necessary break to recover. When this happens, the body starts storing more glucose, which can be a real challenge if you're already dealing with high blood sugar levels. And insulin resistance? It only gets worse. Now, here's the good news. Stress doesn't have to be the villain of your story. There's a way to neutralize its negative impact, and the best part is, the solutions are simple and powerful. It all starts with self-care. Have you ever thought about just stopping for a few minutes and simply breathing? Deeply breathing, focusing on the present moment, allowing your mind and body to calm down? That, my friend, is the first step. Practices like meditation and yoga are powerful tools for reducing stress. They help balance the nervous system and relax the mind. With less cortisol circulating, your body starts functioning more efficiently, keeping blood sugar more balanced. Meditation, for example, can be done anywhere. Just close your eyes, focus on your breath, and let the thoughts pass by like clouds in the sky. This has a profound effect on both your body and mind. And yoga? It goes beyond just calming the thoughts. With its gentle movements and stretches, it helps release accumulated tension, relieving both physical and emotional stress. Think of it as a reset for the body, a way to release what no longer serves you, creating space for balance. These practices are not a luxury, nor something you do when you have time. They are investments in your health, daily steps to keep your body in harmony, control blood sugar levels, and even prevent future problems. Subscribe to the channel.